Welcome back everyone to another Kenshi video. Today we're going to be turning some of my sick and cool subscribers and viewers of the channel into Kenshi characters to be a part of a playthrough. Along with that, we're going to be reaching day 100 today, which is a huge milestone. I believe this is like episode 13 or 14 of a series, so it's going pretty strong. Bad Guy City has been dealing with raid after raid from the Sheks and the Dust Bandits, so right now a lot of people are either beat up or missing limbs. To start, I decided I was going to send Beep over to near the hub where there's an outpost that belongs to the Adventurers Guild. The gang is currently only at like 20 members, so we have plenty of room to add some new heroes into the squad. And on top of that, we're on day 94, and B01, the leader of a catastrophe, stands guard at the gate. He's trying to make sure no one else comes running in and slaughtering all of his people, since over the past few weeks we've had a lot of our settlers and townsfolk die due to all the Shek that have been running into the city and killing everyone. Around 22 o'clock, Beep got to the guild and found a headhunter. The way it works is that we pay a bit of money first, and in return the headhunter will bring a group of that race to our base. Firstly, Beep opted for skeletons, but of course it would end up costing 20k cats and then 10k per recruit, and we just can't afford that right now, so instead I decided to choose a group of hivers that'll cost 5,000 cats to send and 5,000 per head to recruit. Now back at Bad Guy City, I wanted to start some farming, but I had an unfortunate realization that the ground here isn't able to grow anything. And I mean literally anything. Even cactus won't grow here. You only get like 10% water from the well. This place sucks. It's a huge blow to our plans, but we'll just have to adapt. And by adapt, I mean I'll get a hydroponics mod for the next episode or something. On day 95, a beast trader came to our town and had a beautiful animal called a swamp frog. I had to buy him right away. He was only like around 1,000 cats and he was adorable. I got him from a new popular mod that was recently added to the workshop, and he's sweet. Starting as a pup, the swamp frog, who I named Ribbit, is really weak and slow. The way he hops, though, it has some kind of confidence to it. I love him. B01 will be raising Ribbit in hopes to make him a powerful swamp frog one day. That's when, right away, a group of 50 Sheks had to ruin it and they approached the gates. Alright, this is not good. Since Ribbit is super weak, he might even be able to get one hit by the Sheks. So B01 picked him up, and then the rest of Bad Guy City ran outside to prepare for the battle. This time, I had Skeleton Fox, who's been training on turrets, and surprisingly, this really paid off. Either way, one by one, the Sheks fell, and B01 ensured the safety of Ribbit. On top of that, the first round of recruits had finally arrived, so I could start hiring and renaming some hivers. I named the first recruit Nicola, after a legendary viewer who made a big contribution towards the gaming PC. Then I chose some random people from the comments. Second hive was named after Hayden, a lad who's always in the comments. Shout out to you. Then I made Gray the Odd, a weird looking hiver, but possibly a really memorable one. And then in honor of a great Nameless, I'm giving him another shot in a series with Nameless the Second. This is big, bro. Then the last hive was named Scumnut, which is just a killer name. So now we have 5 new hive recruits, all with really low stats. Ideally, I would want their stats and levels to be around 40 to 50, so this is going to take at least a week or so. Next, we had some Dust Reavers who tried to come by the base, but they got sent away fast with a stab in the face. I suppose since the Dust King is gone now, all the Dust Bandits are in chaos and they're making little subgroups, which is toxic as hell. I don't fuck with it. And since we had all these Sheks who were on the ground at our gates, before we disposed of their bodies, I figured it'd be a good idea to get our gangsters to pick up as many weapons as they could and then travel to sell them. That would give us enough money to do like a round 2 of recruits and prevent everyone who didn't get one from clicking off and unsubscribing, so don't betray me yet, okay? Your chance may come up. Now, since we have a lot of people just hanging out and doing nothing, we needed to train some people in other things more than just mining and building, so I went into the big house we had in the corner of Bad Guy City and I put a weaponsmith table in it along with 6 weapon stands. Meanwhile, at around 1700 o'clock, Beep fell victim to a slaver somehow. He must have like attacked Beep and Beep kept running, because there's no way one slaver fucking took down Chainsaw Arms Beep. It just doesn't make sense. So the other 3 gangsters who were traveling with him ran back and beat up the slaver. Then they healed Beep, freed him from shackles, and continued on their way to the hub. When they got to the hub, they sold a bunch of weapons, and then found an Adventurers Guild headhunter and hired him to send a group of humans to Bad Guy City. On day 96, we got some more weapons from all the local raid attempts, so different gangsters would pick them all up and then go off to a way station to sell them. This would give us all the money that we would need for for new recruits, plus all the food that we're going to need to buy, seeing as we can't grow any of our own crops here. Now that's when Human ran into the Squin guards. For some brain dead reason, I guess the pathfinding chose that path for him. It says we're enemies with the Sheks. Immediately the guards beat him up and then threw him in prison. So this is quite a pain in the ass. It means I'm going to have to prepare yet another Squin prison escape. And we're going to need to be a lot more careful because it seems like the pathfinding is not on our side in this game. Finally, the new recruits would arrive, so B01 started picking people out. Firstly, he named one of them Crispy after a commenter. Then I went on to name the second recruit Nashokur after a longtime supporter of a channel. Then I named a female Greenlander after my Discord mod Cena, and then I named a male Greenlander after my Discord mod Dino. They've been helping me out a bunch behind the scenes, so I can't really thank them enough. Hopefully they don't die. Maybe that's how I can thank them, by not letting them die. And then lastly, I picked out one more person who's been pretty active in the Discord server named Mixa and made them into this gnarly looking raider chick. The 5 new gangsters would join the hivers of a training house and begin to attempt to get on the same level as the rest of the team. Meanwhile, Human was imprisoned in Squin, so he lockpicked his way out and then began simply running out of the city. Since his athletic skill was very high, the Shek stood no chance of catching up to him, making the escape as simple as it could be. And he was now on his way to the way station to buy some skeleton limbs, as we have like 3 people who are crawling right now in Bad Guy City. It's not cool. At 20 o'clock, he got to the way station, and since we only had like 20k cats, Human had to buy some pretty crappy limbs, but hey, anything's gonna be better than nothing. In the weaponsmith room, I made some improvements by adding in a second weaponsmith table so we could now make 2 sets of weapons, and I'd add in some lights, that way we'd stop losing levels and making shitty weapons when the darkness hits. And then shortly after that, a huge group of dust bandits tried to bug us and then run away from the base, but Zagan took care of most of them. Yeah, it turns out the superpower move I've been talking about, it's just a glitch that the dev of a mod said shouldn't happen, but I like it, so fuck it, it's staying. And then on a side note, Ribbit is so slow. Like, I have him guarding B01, but he's not very fast, only 9 miles per hour tops. So in that time, B01 ran to the way station, then when he was running back, he met up with Ribbit like halfway and just picked him up. In time, Ribbit's gonna get a lot stronger, but right now he's so delicate, it's like nerve-wracking. Now, Human got back to the base and gave everybody that he could some limbs. We were still missing some arms and some stuff, but, you know, at least everybody had legs. It could be a lot worse. I also placed down a ton of copper storages, that way we could just start to stockpile it and sell way more when we have a full inventory. I then decided to wrap things up. I would build a bar inside of Bad Guy City. A lot of you guys asked for this, and feel free to give me more ideas for in the future. I love that shit, okay? That shit's wicked. To start, we need to make it look like a bar. I had some tables and some chairs to place, along with some random decorations to make the place look more lively. After that, I placed down a few pillows so we could play instruments as well as smoke up. Finally, the real world and my gaming world become even more similar to each other. By day 99, most of the bar was built and our new recruits were finished their basic training. We were also at almost 100 days in game. B01 can't believe how fast things are going. Hopefully one day we'll get to day 1000, as long as we keep on having a fun, good, wacky time in the game. And with our new swamp frog friend named Ribbit, we'll be training him up in time, and then the 10 new recruits that we got. Remember to leave a like, subscribe, and comment something cool to help make my day. I appreciate everyone who watched and enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.